of America and America's Town Hall tonight. So let's continue our conversation with Governor John Kasich. Governor Kasich, good to have you here again tonight. You said to Neil Cavuto, I think earlier today, when you're talking about the convention, what's going to happen in Cleveland, and he was asking you about the rules, the 8-state rule that was put in last time around when Romney was running. And you said there are no rules. And you said, besides, I have friends on the Rules Committee, and it's all going to work out. What do you mean by that?
Well, first of all, there are no rules. So, you know, we keep being reported on networks that there are these rules that would shut you out if you didn't win 8 states. Well, that's not true. There are no rules yet. And secondly, even if there were those kind of rules, you could be nominated from the floor of the convention. Look, we're going to an open convention. I have been saying it for 2 months. People were saying he doesn't know what he's talking about. Well, it turns out I'm right. We're going to go there, and I'll tell you what people are going to think about. The delegates are going to think about who can win in the fall. And I've read you these numbers, and I can read you more. I can read you more numbers. And so,
are you trying to?
I don't know why they're booing. I mean, we want to win. We want to win in the White House.
They're talking about the fact that the delegates are the ones who choose, and that is an issue that people have. You know, it's the way it works, and I just think a lot of people weren't aware of how it worked because it hasn't been looked at under this kind of microscope.
Yeah,
but when you say I have friends on the Rules Committee,
well, no,
what do you mean by that?
We're going to have people on there that are going to say it should be open. I mean, we'll have some on there. But look, here's the thing. We've had 10 Republican conventions that have been contested, and only 3 times did the person heading into the convention get picked. In 1952, Dwight Eisenhower didn't have the votes. Taft had more. They picked Eisenhower. He turned out to be a pretty good president. So I think they're going to think about who can win in the fall, and I think they're going to think about who actually can be president and who can get this country moving again.
Are you trying to recruit delegates right now?
Oh, yeah, we all meet with delegates.
And
sure, all the time.
what is within the rules, do you believe? What's acceptable behavior?
Well, look, all I do is...
And what is over the line?
Well, all I do, Bill, but I don't know, we're not giving anybody anything. We're just talking about the numbers. We talk about, you know, you got the United States Senate up in New Hampshire. These guys get killed, I win. Now, we have a senator up there, Kelly Ayotte. We want her to go back to the Senate. We don't want to lose the Senate. But see, if you have sky-high negatives and you're viewed as a divider, you can't win in Ohio. I mean, you can't win Ohio. You can't be president. So, look, at the end of the day, it should be transparent. It should be open. And if somebody gets the magic numbers, which they're not going to do, they get picked. And if they don't, then it'll be up to the people.
Are you saying that we're not going to see a weekend in Columbus, Ohio?
No.
It's not going to happen?
We're not going to do anything like that. We're going to make the best. We're going to make the best case about. Look, I have positive numbers. The polls indicate people, you know, positive numbers. I told you about New Hampshire. I can tell you about Pennsylvania. They all lose. I win. See, I can go to states that Republicans don't go to. I can go to Pennsylvania, Illinois, Wisconsin, Michigan. And why? Because, look, I'm not negative. I don't live in the ditch on this. I believe we can fix this country. I have a positive attitude and a positive approach. And as a result of that, that's why you... And look, tomorrow night, I'm going to be in my hometown of McKees Rocks. Okay, I'm a blue-collar guy. You know, you talk about the Trump people. You know, you talk about Trump people. Look, I grew up in a community that was worried about all the things that the Trump supporters were worried about.
But he's beating you in the states that you just talked about.
Yeah, well, no. Here's what I'm saying to you. Let me tell you. Look, here's the situation. Here's the situation. I made a speech in New York. You can either appeal with bombast to the negative and tell people how they're being ripped off and how everything is terrible and America loses. I choose not to do that. I tell people that, yes, we have problems, but I've been involved in fixing these problems throughout my career. And if we go negative, we'll never get it fixed. But if we can acknowledge the problems and have creative solutions to fix it, like I did in Washington, like I've done in Ohio, and like I can do again, you see, that's very appealing to conservative Democrats who Reagan appealed to. It's very appealing to independents. When I ran in my state, in Ohio, I won 60% of women, 51% of union households, and 26% of African Americans. Now, we can all feel good about pounding our chest, and we can say, well, this person won. If you can't get the magic number of delegates, then the delegates are going to choose. And 7 out of 10 times, they chose somebody who went into the convention not in first place. You know who one of them was? Abraham Lincoln. So, look, the delegates are going to make a decision about who they think can be president, because we don't want to lose the Supreme Court, the United States Senate, and lose, you know, all the way from the courthouse to the State House. And I'm not promising anybody anything.
Got it. Governor, thank you for your time tonight.